happen. Oh, and for those who need to catch up or a reminder of the last 2 episodes, previously on Victoria Place,
Florida, filled with colorful residents. Like many soap operas, we have a rivalry between 2 families, the modern-day Box and the power-hungry Fioris. We last saw Lori Bach and her brothers at the Torn Curtain for their weekly gathering.
Sorry I'm late. I got caught up kissing my first date. On the lips. He made my lipstick smear.
So it's great.
Nice to see you too, Chase.
Richie Bach is currently being pursued by Lori's assistant, Mark.
I'm a resident, and I usually come here. This is my favorite seat. I like this view. I like to watch you make drinks, cut lemons. You're so good with a knife.
Irma Fiore has been in the hospital for quite some time now.
I don't like the way you talk to me, especially with that tone.
Irma, please. We have several MRIs to do today.
No.
Her son Johnny is hosting a silent art auction at Victoria Place City Hall. Many locals want to bid on the Fiore family jewels.
I don't know about Sissy here, but I didn't come here to bully people around. I came to buy those pearls.
And I don't know about him there, that baby doll, Jamie, but I also came to buy those pearls.
But Johnny put an end to that when his mother demanded he take them down after she had a vision.
It was your grandmother. You can't auction off the pearls. She said, "All the pearls, or Johnny will die."
At the end of our last episode, Baby Doll set off a series of unfortunate events.
Baby Doll cuts the balloons free. The toddler cries and begins to tantrum. The toddler hits at Hank and knocks the scotch out of Hank's hands. The scotch falls to the ground with a crash. Just as the scotch falls, the balloons reach the broken light bulb above them.
And when the lights came back on...
The pearls! My grandmother's pearls. They're gone.
Holy shit.
We begin episode 3 in the Torn Curtain, a gay bar just off of Main Street in downtown Victoria Place. Lori is standing in the hallway where Mark has been lurking about for the past 20 minutes, waiting patiently.
Well,
what?
What are you doing here? And who are you talking to? I've only asked 3 times now.
Has it been 3 times? It's just that, well, I start to answer and then get distracted by hot men in these picture frames. Have you noticed how hot they are?
I noticed how you avoid answering my questions. You've been like this ever since I handed my brother Richie over to you as a client. Mark, what's going on?
Nothing's going on, Lori. I just came in to have a drink and get to know Richie a bit. Socially.
Why?
This morning, he left the office in a tizzy, so I thought I'd stop by to check in on him. I'd offer him a full body massage, but that wouldn't be appropriate.
He doesn't like to share his finances with anyone, or anything personal for that matter.
He's playing hard to get.
Sounds about right.
So, see? I didn't give Richie the creeps.
I didn't say you gave him the creeps, Mark. Are you Patrick? Did you tell Richie your name is Patrick?
What? Of course not. Why would I do something like that? Maybe he heard Patrick when I said Mark. They do sound the same, but I do certainly remember saying Mark. Patrick. Do I even look like a Patrick? Honestly.
When is your next meeting with him?
I was about to schedule that when I had to use the men's room, but then I noticed the change in the hallway.
What change?
I was looking for a picture of you guys when you were younger. It used to be here in the hallway.
Richie replaced it 5 years ago when my mother passed. I should know. I helped pick out the hot men hanging up.
And you made excellent choices. Do they come in wallet size?
Why are you looking for my family photo?
Well, you know, I'm all about attention to detail, and I have a photographic memory, so of course I would find it missing. Okay, fine. It brought me to tears the first time I saw it. It reminded me of the exact same photo my family took with us sitting in front.
We were standing?
I meant standing. It was your mother, you, Richie.
My whole family.
Yes, with all of you standing in front of the Epcot Center.
Your photographic memory sucks. We were all standing in front of this very building, Mark, after my mother purchased it for her ribbon cutting ceremony.
Yes! That picture. I wonder where it went.
It's in Richie's office. Mystery solved. Can I go to the bathroom now?
Please.
Lori enters the bathroom. Mark walks down the hall, locates the door to Richie's office. He tries it, finds it locked. Mark sends a text message.
I know where it is, period. I'll have it soon, period. Send.
We then pan through the wall like we're ghosts. We see inside Richie's office and find the family photo sitting on Richie's desk. We are now at Victoria Place City Hall, venue for Johnny Fiore's silent art auction. Lori rushes out the front door, headed toward the parking lot. She hears the screeching of a car. Chase pulls into the parking lot, parks in the handicap spot. Chase gets out as fast as he can.
Oh my God, Lucy. I can't believe it. I just need a few minutes to set up.
Chase opens his trunk to bring out camera equipment.
Chase?
If this is about me parking in a handicap spot, forget it. A big story is more important
The false
than...
alarm!
What?
I didn't have my facts straight.
Sure sounded like you did.
Chase pulls out his phone.
Let me read your text out loud. Chase! Exclamation point. Your big story has arrived. Exclamation point. Get down to City Hall now. Capital N-O-W. You sent that.
Yes, I sent that.
We know what big story means. And you used all caps, basically screaming at me. And we both know what big story means to me.
There's no story, Chase. Not a big one. Not anymore.
Any more? Are you lying to me?
Uh,
The Lucy I know doesn't lie to anyone.
mm-hmm.
The Lucy I know would feel so guilty if she kept someone, me, from getting his dream big story, a story that could get someone, me, discovered so I could leave Victoria Place and actually be somebody.
Oh, Chase, you are somebody.
What happened?
Well, to be honest, I did think there was a big story at first, but I think it's not as big anymore. Someone stole the Fiore pearls.
That's a huge story, Lucy.
But no one can leave City Hall until they are thoroughly searched. Johnny is hecka bent on finding those pearls. I'm sure he will.
Does anyone else on the outside know about this?
No one else has shown up. Plus, Johnny's men confiscated everyone's phones a few minutes ago. Everyone has agreed to cooperate. Well, Johnny having a gun might have encouraged folks to oblige, but it's been a peaceful search so far.
Who do you think stole them?
I have no idea, but I do have to go back in to help. He's asked me to search all the ladies. I had to search Marcy McDonald earlier. She surprisingly had a lot of pockets considering she's wearing a dress.
Lesbian.
A lesbian. I'm sorry, Chase.
Oh, I'm going to wait out here. My camera's all charged up. I might not get you to talk on camera, but I'll find someone to talk. There's a big story here. Stolen Fiore pearls, a big story. And it's all mine.
Meanwhile, at Victoria Place General Hospital, Irma's suite. Irma is sitting upright in her bed. She checks her phone, sets it down, and checks again.
Johnny, if you can hear me, be a good boy. Call me now. What?
Marcy McDonald, the strip club owner, lesbian, enters carrying a huge bouquet of flowers.
Oh, Marcy, would you mind closing the door and making sure you're on the other side when it shuts in your face?
I heard you were in the hospital, Irma. I brought you flowers and my sincerest convalescence.
First of all, it's condolence. And second, you know I'm allergic to lavender.
Still?
That question makes you look foolish, as well as that dress.
But it's all they got downstairs.
They have chocolate, too, and cute plush poodles. Why are you wearing a dress anyway? You don't wear dresses.
I wanted to look fancy for your son's art auction.
Were you there? Did Johnny take down the pearls? Tell me, my son's life depends on it.
Oh yeah, the pearls. You, ain't heard?
Heard what? Johnny's phone's been off half an hour now. What? What happened?
Oh, so now we're friends again.
Best. Forget it. I'm tired of playing nice with you.
That didn't last long.
I'm going down there right away. Go on, get out. As soon as I get my Nurse Richards.
My girlfriend is on break.
Oh, stop it. No, you just stop. My nurse is not. No.
I'm just peeing on your leg, Irma. She's not one of us lesbians. That's what you're trying to say. But she sure is pretty as a peach.
Blah.
I actually came to see what's been done to you. I'd say you got what you deserved, after creating that ruckus, coming to my club with that picket line.
That was an organized protest, you hoot-nanny dang-dong. And I managed to shut you down Sundays. This is a dry county. God bless Victoria Place.
Well, you might have shut down public business Sundays, but that don't mean I can't do private events. So tell that to your Bible-thumping, nut-and-picking bullshit folks.
Nurse!
Oh, and I walked right past all the chocolates, the cutesy balloons, and the poodles, and went straight for the lavender. So you best write this down, Irma. You ain't never gonna shut me down. No way, no how.
With aggression, Marcy throws the lavender at Irma. Irma quickly covers herself with the sheets, just in time to avoid physical contact with them. Marcy exits.
Nurse! I'm gonna get you, Marcy McDonald, as soon as I can walk out of here. You and your kind, all you queers, if it's the last thing I do.
We jump back to City Hall. Lucy has re-entered the lobby and locks the door behind her.
Lucy,
Yes, Mr. Fiore?
lock that door. I said no one leaves until you're clear.
I was just making sure there were no reporters lingering around, sir. Where are you?
Follow my voice.
Lucy walks towards Johnny's voice, finds Johnny standing there with a flatbed cart, and on the flatbed cart lies an unconscious Sissy Monroe.
Mr. Fiore? You're pushing Sissy on a flatbed cart.
It's too heavy to carry.
She's too heavy.
She, he, that, whatever you want to call it. She's too heavy to carry. I need you to help push him to the flamingo room.
We should carry her gently.
I'm not carrying another body around. I about threw my back out carrying a body last week.
Carrying a body last week?
My neighbor's son, Lucy, he fell asleep in my house. On the couch. I had to don't question me. Here, take the reins.
Rain on me, nosy McSnoopy. Johnny's a salsa.
Sir, Mr. Fiore, I think we should call an ambulance. She could have a concussion.
After we search him, here's her purse.
Mariposas.
Mara, what?
Her purse? It must be a Mariposa original. I've been studying fashion design. Sissy, can you hear me? She must be conscious.
Search her purse.
Mariposa original.
I couldn't search her purse. That's an invasion of privacy.
Now.
I suppose I could feel around on the outside. If there's pearls in there, I certainly would feel it. I wouldn't have to search it. Oh, look, there's the tag. It is a Mariposa.
Mariposa!
Johnny jerks the flatbed cart to make them stop.
My head.
Oh, yes, Sissy, you hit your head on a pedestal. But I imagine your wig softened the blow.
My wig.
Sissy falls back unconscious. Down the hall, a couple guards rough handle Blake and Kelsey into a room.
I'll join you guys in a sec. Lucy, Sissy, the flamingo room. Find those pearls.
Johnny leaves them behind as Lucy starts to wheel Sissy away. We are further down the hall in the alligator room. We're in Florida. Hello. Baby Doll is listening at the door while Jamie looks at items that are on display for the auction.
Seriously, these items belong in a garage sale. Who'd put bid on all this junk? It's all paper mache and cotton balls.
No one can put bids on them anymore. Johnny put a stop to that when the pearls went up stolen. What are we supposed to do in here? What are we waiting for?
I'm waiting for another cocktail.
They can't keep us locked in.
Baby Doll opens the door and finds Lucy wheeling by with Sissy on a flatbed cart.
What the?
Aha! Thank you, Baby Doll. You opening that door at that moment has given me the most amazing image branded on my brain for the rest of my life. I can now die happy.
Is Sissy dead?
Cheers, Chris! Incomparable!
She's unconscious, but she can still hear us. She might have a concussion.
You should call a doctor.
Jamie, you're a doctor?
You should call a doctor.
What should I do, Jamie? Johnny took all our phones and won't call an ambulance.
I know this bitch. She's faking it. When the attention isn't on her, she feints a spell, causes a scene, changes a frock. Y'all, she's a drag queen.
Jamie, she's starting to shiver. That's not good. You, Dr. Starr, you took an oath, a Hippocratic oath, to treat the ill to the best of your ability. Shame on you.
I'm too sober for this. Fine. Let's warm her up. Here, hand me her shawl. I'll wrap her with it.
She can't.
I can't.
Do tell.
Let's wrap her with your jacket, Dr. Starr.
A shawl won't be warm enough, right, Lucy?
Right.
You two know each other.
We went to grade school together.
In Alabama. I have to take Sissy to the flamingo room. I'm sure I'll find a gentleman in there to offer his jacket.
Douche.
Lucy rushes Sissy away. Baby Doll closes the door.
Baby Doll, you two know each other.
Just from school, Jamie. We didn't date or anything, if that's what you're thinking.
Why so touchy about the shawl? It's only polyester.
Why so touchy about your jacket?
Impasse.
Time has passed. We are back to the torn curtain. Mark and Lori are now sitting at the bar, sipping on a cocktail. I wonder if Maggie's having a drink on the plane. Oh, sorry. Richie, our hunky bartender, is looking at some paperwork.
Do you have any questions, Mr. Bach?
Not yet.
Section 10.5.1, lowercase b, explicitly states that any and all information provided to Bagsley and Bach accounting firm is kept confidential. And I can assure you, I keep my own personal effects locked away from anyone's prying eyes.
That's good to know.
Mark.
Richie looks up at Lori, then to Mark.
Fine, I'll sign it.
Yes!
Lori.
You're both acting a bit weird.
Lori's phone buzzes.
We just want to respect your comfort level, your consent. If it was me, I'd consent to you every time. No question. I feel so safe around you.
He sent a text. He's not coming back. He's still at City Hall.
Then you can pay his tab. Actually, his tab's been open all week.
I'll pay it, Mr. Bach. It's the least I can do for your business, and I'll be sure to leave a big tip.
You don't need to do that.
It would make me feel like I'm part of the family.
Oh, Mark, that's so sweet of you. Well, fellas, I must be off. I have to grab some din-din. Ta-ta!
Lori exits.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a mess.
Oh, I was giggling because of this thought I had of what it would be like to be Laurie's brother-in-law. She's like a sister to me. But that would only happen if you and I would get married.
Well, actually,
I'm single.
good to know. Because I was going to say you look like someone Chase would be into. He doesn't have a type. Let me know and I'll set you guys up.
Richie takes a pen, walks to a part of the bar, starts to sign the papers, while Mark tears up a little. We are in the Flamingo room. Sheila, our local stripper, is pacing the room while Sissy is lying on the flat bed cart.
Gosh, Sissy, I'm trying to think.
Balloons! Pop!
Yeah, Sissy, a balloon started this nightmare. And now I'm stuck here. I have to go to work soon. I haven't had time to rehearse. Wish there was a pole in here.
Jamie arrives, escorted by a couple of handsome guards. May I dream about them tonight.
Jamie.
They put me on the island of the misfits.
How long are we gonna be in here?
When someone coughs up the pearls, I suppose.
You're loving this.
A bit.
I know it was Mercedes. She steals everything she can get her greasy hands on. I'm dancing tonight, Jamie.
Of course you are. Where's your baby?
Mama must have took him. I got pushed in all the shuffling and lost track of him.
There's a rap at the window.
Chase!
Chase is standing there on the outside. He searches the window for a latch.
We can't hear you, Chase.
From outside.
Let me in through the side door.
From inside.
I can't hear you. Stop whispering.
Chase doesn't whisper. The windows are soundproof.
Back to outside. Chase holds up his camera and starts to prepare it for a recording. Chase then uses gestures with
Find a pen and paper, morons.
Well, he didn't gesture, morons. We are now back inside.
Sheila, give me your lipstick.
Sheila hands over her lipstick. Jamie proceeds to write,
Help us. We're in here.
in big letters on the window. Chase bangs on the window in frustration.
You're gonna break the window.
Yes. Sheila, grab that bust and throw it at the window.
What's a bust?
I'm going to die in here.
City Hall security room. It's City Hall, folks. Lots of rooms. Johnny and one of his men are looking at monitors, scanning recorded footage. Lucy enters with Baby Doll.
I want my phone.
I heard you. So, you're Earl's grandson.
Baby Doll Gibbons.
Yeah, he's talked about you being colorful and all. A walking rainbow.
My grandpa wouldn't say that.
Yeah. Yeah, Gibbons, you started this mess by cutting those balloons, which created a short, the lights go out, and then poof, the pearls are gone.
That waiter wanted to cut my debit card, and that pissed me off. So I figured if I can't keep my card, that kid can't keep his balloons.
Johnny motions for the guards to grab him. Baby Doll slaps back, but is overpowered. Those guards are hot.
Get your hands off me.
And I can't see nothing in my camera because these damn balloons are covering the view.
Not my problem.
I called your Grandpa Gibbons to come get you. His phone's been disconnected. And your Meemaw, however you call her, Said he didn't come home last night.
What? I talked to him this morning. Give me my phone.
Strip him.
The guards start to remove Baby Doll's jacket.
I ain't got your stupid pearls.
Lucille searches backpack.
A guard throws Baby Doll's backpack to Lucy.
Give that back to me.
Johnny inches closer to Baby Doll, right in his face.
If I find pearls on you, I'm gonna choke you so hard, your face will turn every color of that rainbow you brought in here with yous.
His backpack is a Mariposa.
Lucy starts to search the backpack as Johnny begins to manhandle Baby Doll, patting him down aggressively. He grabs a hold of his crotch area.
Hey. Oh.
I haven't the stomach to do a cavity search, but I get all you gay boys might get creative in your thinking.
They're not in here, Mr. Fiore.
Huh. Give him his phone.
A guard hands over Baby Doll's phone as the guards let go of his arms. Lucy starts to hum the Mariposa jingle and gives Baby Doll back his backpack.
Now, go back to where you came from, Gibbons. You don't belong here. None of your kind do.
Well, I hate to pop your balloon and all, but I'm moving here once I find a place. So you just might be seeing me around, waving my rainbow flag.
You disgust me. Get out before I change my mind about that cavity search.
Oh, but we both might just like it.
I am not a...
Stop!
Johnny motions for the guards to manhandle Baby Doll out of the room.
Lucy, you think I'm a bad person.
What? No, you're upset. I would be too if I was you.
Yeah, but you wouldn't hurt someone.
No, of course not. But whoever stole the pearls should be punished. This is a crime. Thou shalt not steal.
Well, I'll punish them, Lucy.
Perhaps we should call the police.
I am my own police, Lucy.
Of course you are. And I'm here to help with our peaceful searches.
Considering what you witnessed and all that, I'll sign off on a few extra hours if you want.
That would be nice.
It might keep you quiet a little. Yeah, how many community service hours you got left?
30.
30 for trespassing?
I didn't know I was on sacred grounds.
All right. Here's the deal. You find the pearls before I do, and I'll sign off on all your hours.
But that wouldn't be honest, Mr. Fiore.
Lying doesn't bother me as much as it bothers you. Now find those pearls, Lucy, before my ma hears they've been stolen.
Later that evening, at the Torn Curtain, Mark slurps down the last of his cocktail while Richie serves a drink to a couple of patrons. The patrons walk away as Richie returns to Mark.
So,
I'll have another one.
Okay. But clearly we're not going to do it tonight.
Richie starts to make a drink for Mark.
Oh, I'd love to do it tonight.
I'm not going over papers tonight if you're intoxicated.
Richie hands a drink to Mark.
Oh, right. Good thing I'm not driving. Woo, this is so strong. If I didn't know you, I think you were trying to get me drunk so you could take advantage of me.
I'd never do that.
Richie turns away. As he does, Mark pours some of his drink into some of the other patrons' empty glasses near him.
Hello, Richard.
Marcy enters the scene, plops down next to Mark.
Good evening, Marcy.
If this seat's already taken, I might have to arm wrestle him for it and win. Richie, usual, please.
How you been?
business is picking back up now that I found a way around Irma's damn clutches. I just saw her. She's in the hospital.
Yeah, I heard. Some kind of fall?
Yeah, I wish she fell on her face. I mean, she's trying to put me out of business, Richard. I didn't have enough money to get Sheila in school this semester. But I got a plan for next time.
You own the strip club on the other side of the tracks.
You got a sister?
Yeah?
Well, I'm hiring if she likes to dance. Funny, I was wanting to hire a Japanese dancer.
I'm not from Japan.
Mark's from Canada.
You remembered?
Well, I hope your business is steady, Richard.
It's been better since Sissy agreed to perform 2 nights a weekend. I had to, beg.
Well, don't lose her. You know the Furies want to see us go out of business.
We return to City Hall, the Flamingo Room. Sheila performs a couple of dance moves while Jamie watches on. Sheila ends in the splits.
I got stretch marks just watching that.
Sissy begins to sit up, attracting attention from Jamie and Sheila.
What?
Fake silk?
What am I wearing? A dress? Is this? Am I dead?
If only. No, Sissy. You had a concussion, allegedly, when you hit your head earlier today.
Sissy? Who's Sissy?
You are. You're Sissy Monroe.
My name's George.
Oh, yeah. Amnesia.
Flash back to the torn curtain. Mark stands up, wobbles, and inadvertently bumps into Marcy.
Hey, watch it.
Sorry. These drinks, they kind of hit you all at once when you stand up, eh?
Yeah, I'll hit you all at once. You bump me again.
You okay, Mark?
I'm just gonna call Wilbur to come and get me.
Sounds like a good idea.
Richie, would you mind if I keep my briefcase in your office?
Yeah, sure. Just lock it back up when you're done.
Richie hands Mark his office keys. Mark takes his drink and briefcase and starts to walk away.
You're gonna make yourself sick.
Oh, I'm gonna finish it for the road. I don't waste alcohol.
Mark wobbles towards the hallway, looks behind, and makes sure they aren't watching him. The coast is clear. Mark quickly dumps the drink into a nearby trash can, sets down his empty glass, and rushes to the office. He unlocks it. Inside Richie's office, Mark enters, locks the door behind him, and heads gaily forward to the desk. Couldn't help myself.
What a mess.
Mark finds the Bach family photo he's been looking for and makes a phone call.
I have it in my hands.
Oh, Mark, your Asian persuasion is so becoming. You've made me one happy lady. Inside that frame is the key to me getting rid of that Bach family once and for all.
What's inside it?
I just told you, a key. Bring it to me tonight.
To be continued. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and privilege to introduce the cast of episode 3 of Victoria Place. Stuart Bousel, Stephen Burnett, Debra Collins, Colette Crock, Laura Domingo, Benjamin Garcia, Shawn Kilgore, Joey Notaro, James Aaron O, Brian Ollivier, Lexi Stein, and I'm Raissa Marchetti-Kozlov. Thank you.
Great job, you guys. Everyone feel free to applaud. Type applause into the chat like I did. Unmute yourself and applaud. Turn your cameras on and applaud. It's all good. Just send, good feelings our way. Everybody, that was terrific. I can't wait to hear what happens next. This is awesome. Thank you so much for being here tonight on the show. I'm excited. I would like to introduce Mr. Robby Kendall, who is the creator and writer of Victoria Place, and is looking maybe a little misty there in his window. Is it super exciting to see your words come to life?
Oh my gosh, it was so good. I wanted to keep going. Oh my God.
You know what happens.
Yeah, it was so good. You guys were so good. Yeah. Little teary, little bit, just a little bit. Not like the first show when I bawled, but okay. Anyway.
Well, I have a couple of questions I want to start out with, and then we'll open it up to all of you. Robby, can you just start off? Tell those of us who don't know Victoria Place how it all started. I know it began as a stage play. Tell us a little bit about the history.
Yeah. So back in the days when like Will and Grace was picking up pretty popular, and there was a lot of gay theater coming out, like Naked Boys Singing and stuff back in the late 90s, I thought of a crazy idea of doing a live action soap opera and having episodes every 4 to 6 weeks as a like a 2-act play. So I wrote every episode as a 2-act play, and it was an instant hit. And I couldn't write fast enough for the need for the audience. The press ate it up, and yeah, it was much like not really knowing much about producing shows and things, not really anticipating how big of a impact it was going to be and how much of a need it was. And actually Irma, Deb, was one of my audience members that would follow the show.
I was a regular. A lot of us found the show really appealing, and we just ran down there every time there was a new production.
And I played Baby Doll, and I was younger and thinner back then, so I could pull it off. Can't do it now. Yeah, and so recently, actually right before the pandemic, I wanted to produce Eden, which is a play I wrote, and then the pandemic hit, and then these characters started kind of waking me up and saying, get us out here. So yeah, and I see one of our audience members, James, has been following us too. He turned his video on if he wants to say anything. I don't know. He's been stalking us.
I think you should call him a fan, maybe not a stalker. And originally this was performed in Florida, right? So it takes place in a fictional Florida town, and it was a stage play in Florida, right?
Right. It was, the name came from a combination of Victoria Park, which is a very progressive, very gay-friendly city, right next to Fort Lauderdale, and Melrose Place. I just combined the two together.
I wondered if there was a Melrose Place influence there. Very nice. And so then it became a streaming series. And tell us about these amazing graphics drawings. I know that there's an animated series in development. Tell us, first of all, let's give some props to your artist behind all of this wonderful work.
He's here. If he wants to pop on, he can best answer that question. Eric.
Hello.
Hi, Eric. Welcome.
Yeah,
And
thank you. Yeah, sorry, what was the question again? I got a bit distracted with my dog. Sorry.
We all know that. That's pandemic life. First of all, just congratulations on your wonderful work. And
Thank you.
And I hear that this is also, we also have an animated series in development
Yeah.
from Victoria Place. Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, actually, Robbie's idea is like, the story is amazing, like the work is fantastic. So like, we're going to get kind of an excerpt from the whole auction scene and make it, like, turn it into a short, an animated short. So like right now I'm working on sketches for a proof of concept, and yeah, it's gonna happen.
Very cool. Very cool. Congratulations.
Yeah.
And Robbie, where did you find Eric? Where did you find this great team of actors? I know not everybody is here on the West Coast. I know some people are up particularly late. I think, Debra, you're one of them. How did you find this great team?
Gosh, what great questions. Well, actually, Colette and I have known each other the longest because we went to high school together.
We just graduated like 2 years
And,
ago, Robbie. Hush.
yeah. So yeah, we went to high school together, and then yeah, through life, like Laura I met through a D&D campaign. Brian I met through Dungeons and Dragons campaign. A few people I saw in other virtual productions. Joey and I are on the bargaining team for our school district union. So I would see him on Zoom and hear his voice through the summer, and that's when I was developing this. And he was total Chase. And other people I met either through an audition of some sort, or and Eric is one of mutual friends. Yeah, so it's very
And
community.
Robbie and I are actually both psychologists also. We used to work together in
Sorry, yeah.
our day jobs.
Interesting. Interesting. Very cool. Well, while we've got you all, are there audience members who have questions for our creative team here? And if not, I think we'll just kind of chat. I'd love to hear from some of the actors about what you've enjoyed about this project. I don't see any questions yet, so any of the actors want to jump in and just talk about what you're enjoying about Victoria Place? Oh, James wants to know what other work you're doing, so we can turn that in there too. Actually, I'm going to call on Laura first because Laura is known to some of our City Lights audience members. Laura, I know from here at City Lights that she was in our production of Miss Bennet, Christmas at Pemberley in 2017, and she played Elizabeth Bennet, the famous Jane Austen heroine. Laura, what brought you to this super cool project?
Well, I mean, it's all Robbie. I've known Robbie for a while, and he reached out to me saying that he needed a voice. And I think it was fun to do something. I think when you first reached out, we were going to work on the animated series. And then when you talked about converting it to a live show, but still doing it with these wonderful character cards, it was still a fun opportunity to really work on voiceover, which is a lot different than even like the Zoom in-person performing. You really have to focus on your voice, taking out all the pauses because the audience doesn't get to see your face. So like anything you're doing with your face without speaking is, kind of wasted. So it really helps with your pace and practicing that. And so, and really just being able to hold the audience's attention with just your voice. And so it's been great just from character work and vocal work to work on this project.
Very cool. And Laura, I thought I saw a Facebook post saying that you were doing many performances this weekend. You're balancing a lot of other things.
Yes. Well, I will say the one beauty of Zoom productions is it makes it easy to do them because, there's no commute. Usually it's not as much rehearsal. And especially this one, I didn't have to put any makeup on. Yeah. So it's been great. And the fact that I'm doing a production with Deb here in Florida, it's just been amazing to work with. I think I've worked with more new people this year than I've ever had in the past, actually. So that's been really great. That's been the silver lining about all this is like the accessibility with Zoom theater and just getting to meet so many great new actors.
That is a nice silver lining. Yeah. And so Deb, you went from an audience member to a series regular. That's unusual. That's very cool.
Well, a couple of things were, first of all, when Robby told me he was going to reinvent Victoria Place this way, I said, well, this time I want to be in it. And when he needed a Brooklyn accent, that I grew up in Brooklyn, so that clinched it.
You were a ringer. That's very cool. Love it, love it. I had a question here in the chat, and we talked about it a little bit in the chat, but I'm going to bring it here because some of our audience members watch the show later on YouTube, and so they don't see the Zoom chat. So that's why I'm repeating stuff that comes up in the chat. Carol wanted to know how many episodes will there be, and Robby, why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
So this is our first season. So there will be 6 episodes to this season. And as Eric mentioned, while we are working on a short, we are animating every episode as well. So it will be, we're calling it a queer motion instead of fully animated. Like there will not be mouths moving, but there will be slight movement, you know, to highlight certain characteristics or part of the scene. So that's super exciting because it's going to look like a comic book. My first idea was to combine pop art with a comic book. Mary, oh, now the name escapes me, but it was an old comic that I used to look at in the papers. It was a comic strip. The name escapes me, but it's Mary something.
Was it Mary Worth? Is that?
Yes, Mary Worth. Yes, thank you. Yes. So I wanted a pop art with Mary Worth style, and that's what we're talking with Eric on doing. So yeah, so I love it. And also I just want to thank Raissa for narrating and being really the glue, because I thought pacing was amazing tonight. It's great. So thank you, Raissa, for pulling us through.
I know, Raissa, I kept looking over at you because your facial reactions were so funny and interesting. You were completely invested in the story.
100%. There were times that it was very hard to not laugh out loud. It was great. So thank you for having me. It was a joy to narrate, and I'll do it anytime you need me to.
And I have to ask this, Stephen, you're following in Robby's footsteps as Baby Doll Gibbons. Was that difficult?
No, not at all. It's been fine. It's been fine. Why are you asking?
I didn't mean to say that you weren't doing a great job.
No, yeah, I didn't actually know that at all when I auditioned.
Oh, good. So you weren't intimidated.
No, thank God I didn't know, I guess. Yeah, I actually auditioned for another role. I auditioned for the Richie role. And Robby said, oh, yeah, I think that'll be the most age-appropriate role. And I was like, oh, just so you know, my voice doesn't really sound, as old as the rest of me. And so, so I auditioned, and he was like, because literally, like, I sound like a teenager trying to sound like a man when I'm trying to do a deep voice, Yeah, so he progressively younged down my roles. He had me read for another 20-something and said, "Can you do that older?" And I was like, "Okay." And then we landed on Baby Doll, and then I found out after the casting that he had played this a couple of years ago, and yeah, so no pressure. Feel real good about it.
And just real quick, we had Joey read for Baby Doll the prior episode and did a great job, but Joey is such a chase. So I had to do some cast shifting around between episode 2 and 3. And I just want to say these are my family now. Like everyone is so professional and so flexible. I mean, to shift from one character to the next. And it's just, I love these people. I can't wait to see everyone else in person. I've seen a few people in person, but
do you have any hopes or plans of doing something in person when all this is over?
This show is too expensive. There's too many sets and too many props, and Yeah, there's no way and I've written a lot more characters, and when I did on stage, there were very few characters at the time. And so yeah, I couldn't do this in person. But definitely other things I've written, I would definitely, oh, that's the Sheila's baby that was crying in the background.
Yes, he's much happier now.
Hi, little one. Yeah, my boys are quiet. Fortunately, they didn't participate. There's a question from James in the chat who wants to know if anyone else does in-person plays. Are there other actors here who do? Yeah, Benjamin, we haven't heard from you yet. My brother's Ben, so I was like, should I call him Ben? I don't know.
Benny, you can call me Benny.
Benny.
I mean, unfortunately, not right now.
Now
Is what I was thinking. I recently got to do a play in a theater that was, still on Zoom. And that was so much fun, but there was no audience or anything. So, and that, as far as I know now, I don't have anything booked in a stage, as far as in-person plays, and I haven't heard of when that's coming back.
Yeah. Robby and I were just talking about that before the show started. I think City Lights, it will probably be fall before we have something in person. The safety of our artists and our audiences, that's the most important thing. So we just gotta keep rolling with it like you all have been. But it is a treat to get to welcome all of you into my home right now. Some of you from afar. Who's from the farthest away? Debra, you're in Florida. Is anybody else on the East Coast? Yeah.
I'm in Mexico.
I'm in Iowa.
Currently.
You're in Mexico.
I am. This is an international phenomenon.
Wow.
Victoria Place. Yeah.
Iowa feels like another country. I constantly feel like I need a passport to be here. So,
where are you?
Iowa.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's a weird place.
Well, we are a little bit after 9 o'clock. We usually start wrapping up around now. Unless anyone else has questions, I'm checking in the chat to see if I'm missing. Oh, James, you're having trouble with your internet. Sorry.
I would like to ask James a question. James, are you able to? Because James has followed us from.
Oh, I think he's frozen.
Oh no! I was going to ask him how, because he's been following us every episode.
Yeah. Oh, he said I can no longer hear anything, but I can see you all. Well, maybe he can answer in the chat. Oh, he can't hear. Well, Robby, type a question for him in the chat and see if he responds. The joys of Zoom. Laura, how old is your little one?
He is 15 months.
Oh, congratulations. Yeah. I have one who's 18 months.
Aww. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Robby wants to know, James, what do you think of the series thus far, seeing all 3 episodes? To James. And so we'll wait for a response from James. Anybody else from the cast want to add anything while we're waiting for James's response, what you're enjoying about this project? Let's put you on the spot. That's okay.
It's okay. One thing that's fun is that we also do not know where the story is heading.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Nice. So you just get your pages and then you figure it out.
Sometimes Robby lets something slip.
Well, the funny thing about it is that when we get our scripts, normally they're in like a steel box, and there's armed guards that come in, and we can only read it while they're present or when we're performing. Ooh. So it just makes it a whole big deal where there's so much security. I accidentally turned a page too quickly, and I think
you forgot to mention the guards are hot.
They're very hot.
Of course they are. This
They're
is
incredibly
Victoria
Place. Yes. Yes. I was a little put off by it, but it's okay. Raissa, I guarantee you they were hot. So
Well, James says he thinks he likes tonight's performance the most, but his internet's going on and off. So I think we'll let James off the hook. Thank you all again so much for being part of the series. This has been great. I hope that you all will, those of you watching and those of you who acted tonight, will come back and join the next stage again on a future week. We are here every Thursday at 8 on either Zoom or Facebook. Next week, I'm super excited. We're welcoming Tony winner James Monroe Iglehart. And he is going to be, I see a face there. Yeah, big smile. I'm super excited to have him on. He's absolutely wonderful. He's from the Bay Area and was in Hamilton before the pandemic. And of course, won the Tony for playing the genie in Aladdin. So that's super exciting. And the week after that, we'll have playwright Michael Mitnick from Fly By Night and Space Bar and The Seagull here at City Lights. So all these programs are free, and they're free to watch later on YouTube. So a recording from tonight's will be on YouTube next week. You can find more about us at cltc.org, and I will let Robby close us out by telling us where can we find out more about Victoria Place and what's coming up next.
Well, we have our website, victoriaplaceseries.com, and there we have information on our upcoming shows, as well as links to register for recordings of prior episodes. You can get those for free. All you do is just click on the little links. And yeah, we have our next episode 4 coming up in the end of March. So we're going to do them monthly through May would be the season finale. And maybe we'll see who's got the pearls by then. I don't know myself.
My money's on the baby. You never know. Thank you so much, everyone, for sharing your evening with us tonight. This was really a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see what happens next on Victoria Place.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a
Thank
good
you.
night.
Have a good night.
Okay, bye-bye.